read out this particular section of the committee is for the witnesses to be well aware that you being before the committee is you being before the High Court. So if you are found one thing in the committee, that one is tantamount to perjury, and it is a crime in the Constitution of Sierra Leone. Thank you. Over to you, Reverend Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clark. Before we go proper into the commence the process order, I may like to ask the leader of the opposition to make a statement.
Yes, sir. Thank you, the chairman of transparency, as well as the chairman of communication. I normally don't sit in committee meetings, but today I deliberately decided to be part of this meeting and to address you all today out of the deep concern from the growing frustration among Sierra Leoneans, especially on the recent increments in the meter tariff. I think it's for both Africell and Orange. Yes, network operator. And this decision has come at a time when the people of this country are already facing severe economic hardship, when also the topic is very difficult, and when the cost, and also when the prices for fuel, has reduced, and the exchange rate is gradually. So one come to ask, why should the increment take place at a time when the financial burden is to be used on our colleagues and our increment? I watched a group of Sierra Leoneans. They are demonstrating, protesting against the mobile network, and they are one of our traditional functions as members of parliament is representation. We are elected by the people, and we ought to protect the interest of the people. We should not dismiss public concern with the back of our hand. We should ensure that it is thoroughly investigated into, and so the current situation we are faced with. Firstly, as the chairman said in his statement, that there are procedures in influencing this agreement, and according to the NATCA Act, both companies should seek express approval of NATCA. And as we speak, this committee is not aware whether such approval was sought or not. So we similarly want to ask NATCA whether they authorize the agreement. And concern the quality of service has not been encouraging. I don't know, but for this past 2 months, it's terrible. You'll be talking to somebody, and at the end of the day, you experience interruption. There are times the person will not even hear what you're saying. It's terrible. And that I cannot feel that with any specific company. It's common for all the companies. So we have to ensure that we improve our quality of service and ensure we make communication affordable, because it is not an option. One thing we'll do that's very, very disingenuous is to ensure that we make communication very expensive. We have our students, we have those who are students, they do all their research, they do all their studies online, and they use this data to ensure that they access the internet. So if it's difficult, if it's expensive, then it will be very difficult for them to be able to afford it. And in this 21st century, affordability of choice. So to me, I'm particularly concerned, and I believe the committee is equally concerned as to what necessitated this increment that precipitated public outrage to the extent that the public had to be going out to mobile networks to express their dissatisfaction. This is what happens when, people are somehow sensitive to what is their environment. So this meeting, I'm sure, should provide the remedy for what has already occurred. Firstly, Mr. Chairman, I would want to suggest that if due processes were not followed, that NATCA is instructed to ensure that that increment is reversed with immediate effect for the betterment of the suffering masses of this nation. And also, mobile companies must ensure that mobile companies improve their quality of service. Very serious, very, very serious. So I am here because of the public outreach and the concerns we've had so far from the public relating to one, the increment, and two, the quality of service. And for the quality of service, we are all, because we use these mobile networks. Some of us have 2 phones, some have 3 phones, so they are exposed to all the mobile networks, so we can assess the quality of service. So I want to believe that success is another form of failure if we don't prioritize our priorities to make life comfortable for the ordinary Sierra Leonean and not to make it difficult for them. In as much as our quest is to make profit, but amidst the profit, let us put the people at the center of our decisions. Because without the people, there will be no company. And for me, I just think data is so important that Mami Fatu, who is in the remotest part of Sierra Leone, must be able to see pictures and videos sent to them by their relatives in Freetown and in other places. We should not be blind there. So this is one place that we should step in to ensure that we create this level playing field so that there will not be inequality in the use of data. It's very important. So Mr. Chairman, I just want to echo this before you go into your proceedings proper, that during the course of the proceedings, our focus should be the ordinary suffering masses. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dina. Thank you. I think that is the spirit, that is supposed to be the spirit, and that is our intention. We invited, we summoned them here to come and tell Sierra Leoneans what was the rationale behind the increase. And we don't speak political party or political party interest. We speak the interest of Sierra Leoneans. We are the parliament of Sierra Leone, so we don't speak politics at this moment. That is why this committee is comprised of both the APC and the SNPP and paramount chiefs. That is just for the records. And then at this moment, honorable members, Mr. Leader, we want to ask similar question you've already posed to the DG. We have the civil society here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, civil society here. So, Mr. DG, are you aware about the data increase? Help me with the mic.
Good morning, honorables and distinguished guests. I am aware whatever happened, the process that they applied to get to this point. It's something I'm very aware of. I'm aware of it.
You are aware of it.
Yeah, it's not a tariff increase though. We have to make that distinction. It's not a tariff increase.
Can I get you clear? Can we get you clear?
A tariff increase.
It is not a tariff increase.
No, it's not.
It is what?
The process for tariff increase is more elaborate. You know, we always have engagements. The CEOs are always involved in this. This is a situation in which the operators have one package, one promotion that they're having issues with. This one promotion, initially they came to me and said, you know, they just came to me and said, okay, we want to change this because this is causing problems on the networks. It's causing congestion on the network. Initially, when they did it, they did not inform me.
Causing congestion.
Oh yeah, congestion on the networks, which affects quality of service, as we're talking about quality of service. So when they did it at first, I told them to reverse it. I said, because you did not follow due process. So the next day it was reversed. This was about 2 or 3 months or so where they reversed it and we went back to normal. I said, if you want to talk about the issues you're having with this specific bundle, you can come to me and we can sit down and talk about it. So they came back and they kept saying that this is causing congestion in the network, and ultimately this is going to cause more problems than we anticipate. So I said, okay, if you think this is a problem, come sit down with me and give me options. In my capacity as the Director General, I have to satisfy the consumers. I also have to satisfy the government, and I also have to satisfy the investor. I cannot ignore any one of those groups of people. So at any one point, I have to make decisions that is fair. So when they came back, I said, come to me with more options. So they came to me. It was not a simple process. It took about 2 months going back and forth. My engineers and their engineers went back and forth and looked at this. And it's for me, I like to use the analogy of being in a bus and going up country or wherever. You keep loading people onto the bus. And the bus driver keeps saying, the bus is full now. I cannot take more people. And we keep adding more people. At the end of it, there'll be disaster. The bus will be slower, the vehicle will be slower because there are more people in there. So as we talk about quality of service, this 1 Mbps package, a lot of people, I would respectfully ask at some point that the operators explain the technicality of it. But the amount of people that latched onto this one bundle was causing havoc on the network. So I talked to them about coming to me and having more options. So what happened is the provision of more options for consumers. It was not a tariff increase. Thank you.
Mr. DG. Hold on. Mr. DG. For our subjects, our constituents in Kogola, our constituents at Yenga, my constituents up the Bamile Hills, Komboya, the Bajia, the Babe, cannot understand your submission in any way. We cannot, and I even refuse to understand that one. I can put it to you clearly. Yeah, we all understand we are in this country when the MNOs told us that they are transitioning to 5G. We all travel to other countries, Mr. DG. We all travel to African countries, United States, where they are using 5G network. If it is true, except if the MNOs are cheating this nation, except, otherwise, I am not sure the reasons given to Sierra Leoneans at this moment I'm not sure we can accept it. I am not an engineer. I'm not a telecom engineer, but I can put it to you that other countries are using fiber network and they are not experiencing this poor quality of service. For goodness sake, Mr. DG, I have not witnessed, and at this moment, anyways, let's allow.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, before somebody else comes, I learned few things from the presentation of the teacher. Firstly, according to him, the increment was unprocedural. In fact, they did it without getting back to NASCAR. It was
the first one.
Yeah, the first one. Okay, the one that was reversed. And according to him, it's clear, when you see they use the wrong solution to solve the correct problem. Because when data network is congested, the solution is technical. Basically, you have to either expand on your bandwidth or you have to upgrade your infrastructure. So in the absence of infrastructure upgradement and expansion of bandwidth, you don't use extortion as a solution. Don't use extortion as a solution. You cannot say because our bandwidth are congested, let us increase the price. No, because even the services you are providing now are not free. People are paying for them. So because people are paying, there should be a corresponding improvement in the condition of the services that they are paying for. There should be that level of reciprocity. But people can't be paying and you are not willing to either expand on your bandwidth or you are not even willing to upgrade the infrastructure. And this is what has also been cascaded to even the normal call, the network call, because there is absolutely lack of willingness for upgradement or expansion of the network of the bandwidth. You find out that even the calls are not too clear. The calls, I don't know whether I'm the only one experiencing it. It's all over. The calls are not clear. And because they are not willing to provide solutions to the problems, and it's very clear that when you make a comparative analysis with cost for just a mobile call, the cost, you make comparative analysis to other neighboring countries, you will agree with me that calls are very expensive in Sierra Leone. Very, very expensive in Sierra Leone. And that should reflect on the quality. And how would it reflect on the quality? It is only when they are willing to do infrastructure upgradement. They should have upgraded or they should have expanded on their bandwidth, and they refuse to do that. And that is the same thing they have refused to do equally on the data. Instead, you increase. It's very unfair, very unjust, it's discriminatory, it's untimely. Your actions are not even, you don't even put the people at the center of your actions. So to me, it's frustrating, Mr. Chairman, and we should ensure that quality of service is enhanced at all given cost, and the people should not suffer unjustly because of the inability of the company to upgrade their services or to expand their network. No, the people should not suffer for that. So I take the greatest exception to that, and parliamentary committee should play its oversight role in ensuring that the people have their quality of service and cost is not used as an excuse. This is just what I wanted to add.
If I could just say something real quick.
Yes, please. Thank you very much, the leader. I think we've come thus far with the MNOs and NASCAR. We were in a situation where the network was bad than it is now, and we called several times. And the MNOs gave us timelines for an improved network system. Not so, Mr. DG? And by May of this year, the assurance was all mobile network will have reached their full capacity. Correct?
Yes.
So, meaning the excuse you've given us this afternoon is not tenable.
It is not an excuse. Quality of service has a lot to do with.
Okay, let me learn. You will come to response. I am saying this because, Mr. Chairman, you're fully aware when we were here the last time, they gave us timelines and we followed through the timelines. And we are actually sure where we're going to change from generators to solar, the constraints of the mobile companies here and there. All we are lined up, and realistically, we all agree that, okay, with time, we have to allow the MNOs to operate. But when you've explained today, just one question I want to ask. Whilst this change was done within the office, did you inform the public, NATCA? Is there any notice to the public?
Which change?
You're talking about because the conjunction was on the mobile companies and they have to come to you again to have an understanding of how to realign so the conjunction will reduce. Did you communicate to the public?
No, they were supposed to. I gave them timelines that they had to communicate.
Did you communicate to the public?
I personally did not. NATCA did not.
NATCA did not. Did you enforce? Did you enforce that the mobile companies communicate to the public before the change?
I gave them instructions.
Do you have a letter or anything?
Yes, I do.
Can we have that one?
I will provide that.
Because the problem is, I am sure what created the outcry is the fact that people get up in the morning and they saw a change. Nothing, they were not informed of the change. Nobody noticed there was going to be a change. And as a regulator, I believe the first thing you would have done after the meeting was to enforce a prior communication before the change.
They did communicate.
How?
Like one example was like that specific package that was going away. There was something in that when you try to subscribe to it, there was a line in there that says this package is disappearing or will go away in 2 weeks.
Do you remember what we said?
I'm just saying that's an example.
No. Do you remember what we agreed here when we talk about 1 meeting? When we agreed, you were here when we said anything that has to affect the people by the mobile company, the communication line should not just be by the mobile company themselves. We agreed that you should use radio stations and television stations to educate the people. That's what we agreed.
I'll let them respond to it, but I'm pretty sure.
And that was not done.
They did.
So the truth is, we find ourselves in a situation in which people are angry at us, not protecting them in their view because they were not informed. The people are angry with the mobile companies, feeling they've cheated them because government did not protect them. And you're here explaining to us today a problem and a solution. You agree with the mobile companies without the prior knowledge of the people.
I cannot defend the mode of communication, right? I told them that you have to make sure that there was a time frame given. You have to ensure that.
What was the time frame? Mr. Chairman, can we ask for the communication line between the mobile companies and the DG on how to inform the people? I want to see that. That is paramount in this
I was not asked to bring that, so I don't have that, but I can provide.
Yes, Honorable Whip, I believe the responsibility of NATCA is to communicate with the mobile companies, and they have the responsibility to inform the public on any change they intend to make. So if the mobile company did not inform the public, we have to hold them responsible. And similarly, the DGs will know that subsequently, if they fail to inform the public, you are the regulatory body, you should also find them or hold them responsible for failing in their responsibility. So the only member was just trying to justify the fact that even though it is not your responsibility, but you are the supervising authority for MNOs. So if they fail in their responsibility, you should question them for failing in their responsibility. So I don't think we have much problem with the DG on that. I am sure we should hold the mobile company responsible.
Yes, thank you very much, Leader of the Opposition. It's unfortunate that you've made a simple issue complex. It's not really what you do, but it's how you go about doing it. From your explanation, DG, you said there was no increase. To some extent, or large extent, You're right. Because the current option existed before. We only saw the end of a certain promotion. Now, to what extent was it effectively communicated? Now, you have your customer base. You know how you communicate with them. Yes, it was evident in the Maxit app, the line you're talking about. We have a country where most of those that even use this data today, maybe not even through that app. One simple or one wrong action can lead to some kind of outcry that we are dealing with right now. Because you didn't bring in a new price. But just that, maybe you might want to call it marketing that change. You lure them to that particular promotion and then just cut them off overnight. So, yes, the line existed, but was it really enough? But then again, you mentioned that that change was affecting the promotion, or was affecting quality service because it was congested. So what's the guarantee that it's not going to be congested again because people are moving to what was the promotion? Now everybody is going to the next level. So if the excuse or the reason, I don't know, maybe if the reason that quality service was being affected, it was because of congestion under that particular promotion, what's the guarantee that when everybody moves to the next level, there won't be congestion again? Because we still have the issues of quality of service to be addressed. I think, again, it's an irony that the communicators have failed to communicate properly.
If I can respond to that, please. Quality of service, like now the options, like if I go back to that analogy of the bus, right? There was one bus that everyone was on. So now we're asked the operators to provide other buses. So there are other options now. If you don't want to be on this bus, you can move to the other one. You know, it's more options. If you have, it's like cut your coat according to your size kind of deal. Please let me.
Did you wait? Did you wait? The problem is, it is not when you make this analogy of the bus, it's not suiting this conversation.
Right.
The reason is you're not talking about different platform. You're using the same network. People only that people are subscribing with different packaging. But the truth of the matter is, we are talking about a situation where this was preferred because it was cheaper. Now that it is not there, the same people, it's a must that people use internet. So they will move to the next possible option, meaning
They will leave the old box.
let me
It's
say
not the same network. There are other networks. There was Africell, there's QCell,
No, you're saying this is my problem. Mr. Chairman, please permit me. You go to let's say the thing is people were using 60,000 a week. Now it is 100,000. The person who is using 60,000 a week, who must use internet at all costs for business, who still constrained for the 100,000. So if the number is 1,000 and it is creating chaos, this same 1,000 will move to the next option. So meaning the conjunction will still exist. Our problem is not just the cost; it's the cost and quality. So if you say the number is going to, because it's increased, meaning deliberately from your own explanation, more people are leaving the bus, meaning our poor people we represent will not be accessing internet. You disadvantage them.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, just a short one. You see, in Sierra Leone, yes, honorable members, am I protected?
Yeah,
In Sierra Leone, the low-income earners, I want you to take note of what I'm saying. The low-income earners, or even the non-income earners, use data more than high-income earners. I will tell you how, and I will tell you why. For example, those of us who are members of parliament, we only use data on our phone to receive calls or send message on WhatsApp. Basically, those are just the reasons, or to do our research, for parliamentary debate and all. But now, let's go to the student. You have students who are reading in various universities. Those are non-income earners. They have to access data to do their research. They have to access data to do their studies. We have secondary school pupils who are also reading for external examinations and internal examinations, as the case may be. So no sooner you increase the price, you deprive those people from having access to the facility, and you only leave it for those who are high income earners. And to me, it's unfair. It's unfair. That is why I have insistently and consistently stated that you cannot use the inability of the mobile network to invest on their network. Because what they should have done to solve this problem is expansion, increasing the capacity. That is the solution. Then you say, let us exclude this set of people who cannot pay this amount. Let us use price to distinguish between those who can access the service and those who cannot access the service. And you deprive people who are university students during that process. You deprive people who are students of secondary school pupils, during that process. So to me, the mere fact that the facility is not free and they are paid for, and Mr. Chairman, let me tell you what used to happen in the past. Do you know what mobile network will do to prevent congestion? They will have offers that they make. Like, for example, they will say from 12 a.m. in the morning, from 12 in the morning to 3 in the morning. For those who are students, let us leave the network free for them, or let them subscribe for a small amount so that they can do their studies, they can do their research, they can do their exams work on with data during that period. And they will wait. They will wait. I have my boys. Those days when there used to be free data from one. I have my boys. They will not sleep. They will wait for that, and that is the time they will be disturbing you. They will be calling you at 1 a.m. Yes, boss, I need to do I mean, I study, I don't like it. But that will help them to decongest the network during the day, because they will wait for at night when the network is less capacitated. So all of these strategies need to have been imbibed instead of outrightly depriving them because they cannot afford. That is my problem. That is my issue. No Sierra Leonean should be deprived because of affordability, especially when you talk about communication. This is the fundamental. Data is the fundamental of any nation's development. The amount of people who have access to internet will determine how developed that nation is. Especially for our students' age, our student grouping, we cannot exclude them from this. So to me, I again take the greatest exception, and that I want to insistently state that there should be expansion of network, increments of capacity instead of increments of price for the same services.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. At this point, let's leave the MNOs the opportunity to make statements, Orange Sierra Leone, because, of course, you are the one the public is actually accusing. You've been tagged as being notorious. I'm not saying you are notorious for the records, but you've been tagged as being notorious in price on playing with this tariff. So let's hear from you.
Thank you so much, honorable members of the parliament. Good afternoon, all. I want to first of all acknowledge your legitimacy to ask us these questions. And as you said, you are defending the citizen of this country. And for me, I consider you as the father of everybody because you are elected for that, including us as investors. We are also operating in this country. If we have to outcry, we also have the right to cry in front of you. So we hope that you will listen and understand what we are communicating. So what happened? We launched since May 2024. And for the chairman, I want to also highlight that I feel that Orange is always the company that always people talk about. It's my job as the CEO of this company to explain. And that's why I'm here. So in May 2024, we had so many bundles that are cheaper. You can buy our data for 0.141 levels. You can buy our data for 0.6 levels. You can buy whatever you want, cheaper, 2 levels, internet, you have that. But we decided in May 2024 that we want to increase the digital penetrations. We started investing and we launched these limited data bundles. You have 1 day for 15 levon. 15 levon is less than 0 point something cent dollar. We have 3 days for 40 levons. And you have 1 week for 60 levon, 1 Mbps. And you have 2 Mbps for 100 levons. When we launched it, exactly what happened is the customers liked it. And then our traffic started increasing. I have the data, 80% of increase of traffic. Why? Because we have the capacity to take that traffic. We invested more than $50 million last year. And this year is $33 million. To increase our capacity, as the chairman was saying, 2,800 cells added only on 4G, plus 49%, 95%, sorry, for the 4G. We added in Sierra Leone Freetown only more than 20 sites because 4G, I know there's some engineers here, when there's load on you load the site, there's so many traffic on the site, the coverage reduced. So many people are complaining about indoor coverage. Why? Because the site load will reduce the coverage. Even inside the hell of the parliament, we added a lamp site here internally. Some people, the chairman knows. So the investment is there. We have invested a lot. Our international bandwidth, because no internet can go in Sierra Leone without using ACE. 80% increase from May 2024 to now. What is the meaning of that? Is increase of cost for us. So what we did is to analyze why we have increase of traffic, congestion. We are investing a lot on it, but what we are having to make that investment possible is not proportional. If you have 80% increase of traffic, you have less than 15% increase of revenue, you have to analyze. We are business. We are looking for the customers to give them good quality. That's why we are investing. But we have to make sure that what we invest is sustainable. I'm Orange, yes, but my investment, I pay them myself. Nobody is giving us outside. It's either I go to the bank to take loan, or I take my cash here, I invest for the network. So because of that, we went to see the DJ of NATCA before we did it. He said no go. And he's right, because he said, before you do this, you have to convince me that what you are doing is normal, or you are taking in consideration the outcry of the customers. And that's what we did. We show everything that was there. And what we did is just a review of our portfolio. It's not an increase of price. When I say review of portfolio, I'm selling this 1.5 liter. I have a bigger one, 1 liter. I have a smaller one, 0.5 liter. I just analyze my portfolio and say which one is the problem for me and which one is bringing quality of service. Director here. We have so many complaints about slow internet. And when we checked, most of them was using 1 Mbps. You cannot use a small car and expect having a Ferrari speed. You know, and this slow internet, how it's bringing congestion, it's like the traffic, you are using the traffic. If you have a slow car and the road is not, you are increasing the road and the slow car is taking it, even the speed, the cars that have the good speed, they will be affected. So when we analyzed the portfolio, we said, this product is bringing congestion. We have the option of 15 loan, we have the option of 40 loan, we have the option of 100 loan. So if we remove this portfolio in our portfolio as a business, I want also us to give us the right to review our portfolio. And that's what we did. We reviewed it because we know there's some option. If you want 15 loan, you can be connected for 1 day. 14 loan, you can be connected for 3 days. If you want 2 Mbps, you can take 100 loan, you can be connected for 1 week. And by the way, Chairman, we had some customers that were having 1 terabyte per month. 1 terabyte per month is 1,000 gigabyte. And if it increases our cost, we are investing a lot, and the portfolio is not, how we call it, we have to review our portfolio. So why? Because we have to fight for the customer experience. And secondly, because as a business, I think you can give us the right to have a business plan, to have a business model, by also taking in consideration that we have to give all the possibilities to our customers. So today, in Orange Sierra Leone, we did not increase the price. We review our portfolio, and they give the option to the customers to also have what they want. If you have 0.41 loan, you can buy. If you have 15 loan, you can buy. If you have 40 loan, you can buy. If you have 100 loan, you can buy. So there's a lot of possibilities that we have currently that lead to this. So again, it's like in the supermarket, I just withdraw one product and leave the rest of the product. Everybody has his own budget. 15 level is affordable for every of our customers that are students. 50 level, 40 level, 100 level. 100 level is the speed is not the same as the other ones. That's one also I wanted to highlight.
Hold on.
So,
Mr. Chief Executive, hold on.
Did we communicate?
Hold on.
Okay, sorry.
Hold on. In your case, you are not running a supermarket. You are not selling goods. Rather, you are selling. Yes, you are providing services. I can say. Yeah. And then in this situation, I can put it to you again that the bundles we are talking about, I have experienced same on several countless occasions. Yeah, when I purchase a particular amount for 1 week, within 3 days, 4 days, bam, done. How can you justify that one?
There's two things.
Come on, you cannot tell me.
That's what they say.
Even for 1 week, it's supposed to be for 1 week. Anyway,
there are two things. I think also it's good to explain. We have two kind of bundles. First one is we sell the speed. And this one we said, if you buy the speed, the time we give you, you can use it until the end of the time. There's another one, is the volume you are buying. But that volume is valid for X period. If you buy the volume of this water, and we say the expiration date is 1 month, if you drink it in 1 day, it's finished, you will not have water inside.
how can I know?
So the speed is the Ferrari and the volume is the horse.
How can I know?
No, I'm not saying now.
This is just business technique.
I'm just explaining now.
Hold on, please. Hello. Please, this is serious. This is a very serious issue. You know, we are here today posing questions to them in the interest of the general public. And most of you are here representing especially the civil society and the press. Because by the time we leave here, we will start seeing publications on social media. So let's pay keen attention and then let's get to the bottom of this thing, because I am refusing to understand what the chief executive of Orange is saying. You should have explained that one to us before. Don't take advantage over us.
Mr. Sylvia, I just want to guide you. You know, when I started, I said it's something simple that you guys made complex. and you're just perfecting that act again of making things complex. Please make it simple for people to really understand. Please. Again, I don't want to do your own talking. I really understand. But defend yourself.
Yes, proceed.
What do you understand?
Yes, proceed.
What should I?
Continue with the volume and the expiry.
Before going to that, honorable members, honorable members, this is a very serious matter. We need to put seriousness in everything we see here. Sometimes Parliament can be indicted at every given point that will be compromised, the operators and all of that. And this is a very clear indication that we stand alone as members of Parliament and we stand with the people that we represent. So, in your presentation, Mr. CEO, this is what has been lacking a couple of years. The proper communications in which everyone can understand. Now, with all this analogy you're making, we are very attentive and some might find it very interesting, some might not find it very interesting. But in this point, at this particular moment where we have to understand what you are saying, let's connect the bundle speed versus the load. What are the processes you move to that point? I might not understand what you are saying. You might not get that clear. For me, when I want to subscribe, I subscribe because I want to use internet. I don't know whether it is bundle or whether it's a load. I just go more jumble, I subscribe, I pay my money. So that's one of the reason why it is very important for you to go to the public and explain. 60%, I will assure you, 60% or 80% otherwise will not understand what you are saying. They will not understand whether they have bundle speed or they have bundle. For them, they will just subscribe on the usage. The layman there will subscribe for 7 days. Because I use a lot of app, for example, I subscribe for 7 days promotion or whatever I have, or the facility I have there. But because I want to open web page or do other things, that's why we trigger my megabyte very fast. But that man will not understand. So if you understand that and you tell them this is how the usage could be, they will understand. So this back and forth conflict will not come to our table all the time. When you are doing all of this analogy, it is important for you. You have quality staff. You can sit there. So you can't put NATCA under pressure at this point because you fail to do the needful.
Mr. Chairman, I want to appeal that we allow them to speak for themselves. Yeah? Yes.
No, I'm not speaking on them.
I'm not speaking about them.
I speak what I experience. If I buy model, if I buy bundle at this point, back and forth, I will not understand how to separate them. He's explained how to separate it. Tell us how you do the separations. What is the bundle, what is the load? I don't understand. But for me, if I do bundle or whatsoever I do, I open web page. We've raised that issue. I've been with them for years. We've raised that issue a lot of times. When you subscribe for 7 days, it takes you 1 day, it finishes. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm not speaking on that behalf.
So it seems as if this is going to be the beginning of series of engagements we are going to have on this matter. Yeah, but proceed because today is Friday. A lot of us will be going to the masjid.
Okay.
So,
Chairman, thank you.
yes.
So, in terms of communication, as you said, we have a lot of proof of how we communicated since 3 weeks about the change, and also about the understanding of our portfolio and offers. We do it also. We have videos.
Thankfully, I am a subscriber. Did you communicate to me?
For the collard?
For everything?
Yes.
Regarding to me?
If you are a collard buyer, you have...
No, I'm not a collard. I'm not a collard. So, you don't know when I will have to subscribe to Kulat or when I will have to subscribe to another.
What I want to say, all our
no, hold on. The responsibility is on you to sensitize the entire customer base.
We did, sir.
No, but I'm not sure. I did not receive a single text message from you. Even if you do, let me tell you, my aunts there in the Lumbaja cannot read and write.
We communicated in the radio. We have the images, and we communicated in the video. We communicated in social media. We communicated. We have the proof, but we did it.
Take us through the process between, or tell us the difference between the on and the ski.
I think let me observe. Can we allow the manager or whatever of to really explain? Then we take notes. Then we can ask questions. This interjection will not take us. Anyway.
But the reasons again is presenting. We cannot accept it.
And so let us take note of that, then we respond.
If there is a technical expert, call a technical expert to come and explain. Maybe we can understand. And we must reach a logical conclusion.
Chairman, what did you not understand? I want to understand what you not understood, so I know who to call. What is not understood?
Everything.
Let us know everything around this. Tell us the change.
Okay. Again, I said the change we did, we had in this unlimited offer, because we have those orders. The unlimited offer was 1 day for 15 Leone.
Please, let's have one meeting, please.
We had 1 day for 15 Leone, 3 days for 40 Leone, 1 Mbps 1 week for 60 Leone, 2 Mbps 1 week for 100 leons. So these are the 4 offers we had since 1 year now, in May 2024. Then we did a portfolio review. I'll give you the reason why. Because of the traffic increase is very high, the revenue is not following. As Member of Parliament, I want you to give me the right, as a business also, to review my business plan. So that's what we did. Congestion, because we've invested to increase our sales, because they were asking if we invested, yes. Plus 95% increase of 4G sales for 1 year, in only 1 year. Plus 80% increase in our traffic international bandwidth. You can go and ask Sudlab, they will tell you. 80% increase. So that congestion is coming. What is making that? The unlimited offers. Which one? The 1 week, 1 Mbps. And we went then, we explained to DG before we did it. He said, roll back, we come back. And then we explain, we give him the proof. And he is also here to put a conducive environment for the investor to be able to invest. So what we did is to remove one offer and leave the rest. I think that's what I explained. The rest is there. So if you have a budget of 15 Leone today in Orange, you can be connected for 1 day. If you have 40 Leone, you can be connected for 3 days. And when we say unlimited offers, if you buy it, you connect during the time of the offer. All the time, you have internet. That's why some people were able to do 1 terabyte in 1 month with this 1 Mbps offer. So that one, if you connect for unlimited offers, you have the whole time of connection. Now, if you choose to buy the other type of bundle we have also, in those one, we sell the volume, we don't sell the time. So if in those one, if you have 3 gig, you buy 3 gig is 3 gig. If you finish, the 3 gig is finished. The other one is the time and the speed you buy. If you buy the speed and the speed.
So how can I understand this process?
It's written.
So
how do you go to that point?
How can I get it?
The offers are clear when we send the offers.
So for example, you have #144 hash. What's just like
it's there. You can see it. We can see it here when you go in the app. It's there. It's the app. Even if you buy 144, it's there.
That is for speed, right? 144 is there.
Everything is there.
We have different options.
Okay, you know, please hold on. Let's hear from Africell. Yeah.
Because they have the same platform.
Yes, let's hear from Africell.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, please let's have one meeting. If you want to contribute, you talk to the chair.
Honorable members, they have to speak. The article. But the speaker that is taking it. Okay. Yes,
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chairman and honorable members. When you said we are Sao and Gina, I smiled. Because indeed I am Sao actually. But I know he's not Gina. Yeah, I'm Andrew Sao Fatoma, that's my friend. So I know he's definitely not Gina because my Gina is a woman. So just to take the cue from where CEO Seko mentioned, I will start because when we read the invitation from social media, says to come and answer to tariff increase. I read it through. We had the letter officially. Apologies for that. We read in different platforms, but I apologize. When we read through the letter, it did say. So the first thing we wanted to come here and respond to, the DG did mention, Seko did mention, we have not increased tariff.
Okay.
That we did not do at all. What have we done? What have we done? We have tariff, which is often regulated. We have bundles, which is played across the market. We have reviewed our service and bundle offerings.
Only the 12.
Yes. That, like I said,
You left behind Bishi.
Bishi is still there. So what we have done again is we have only reviewed our bundles. And you are parliament, you understand the law, you write the laws, you know the laws better. What we try to do is to interpret in our own understanding and as advised. We know we cannot review and increase tariff without going through certain set of procedures, as you rightly mentioned, pursuant to section 117, if I can remember, I tried to take note of that. This is not what we did. The tariff on voice has a floor, it has a cap as set by our regulator, and we ensure we play within these brackets. When it comes to bundles, we used to have different bundles over the years. These are offerings that are normally flexible amongst competitors. It is what we use to attract our customers and what we use to drive our business. This is what is happening here. And we have different types of product offerings. We have straight bundles. We have unlimited bundles. What we are here for today is for the speed bundle that is unlimited. We have 1 Mbps, we have 2 Mbps, we have 3 Mbps, and as you will call, it's all the way up to 5, up to 10. It's as much as you want.
Mr. Fatoma.
Yes, I remember.
Let's say for argument's sake, we accept the fact that you did not increase your tariff, But did you go as per the dictates of this Yeah, let's forget. Did you sensitize the public? The answer is no. Did you let us know? The answer is no. Come on, you are here because we exist. You are here as a company because we exist. If there is no customer, true. Don't treat us with levity, for goodness sake. Come on. You know, Mr. DG, we are not compromising this thing either. Yeah? Let's go back to the drawing board. Let me tell you, let these MNOs move away from MIMO, the multiple in, multiple out platform. Let them go and review it. Look for a possible option, please. All this explanation cannot help the people of this country. There are other options. Not what I'm saying. This is technical. Lots of consultations have been done on our website also. Yeah, they are operating on the multiple subscribers to come in with poor quality network, but they don't care because as long as they are selling their products, yeah, let them go back. Please, let us. What we should be discussing now at this moment is how we can get our people, our customers, our constituents, yeah, satisfied. Make it affordable and accessible for them. My people in Jalakomboya cannot afford 100 use of to purchase. You want to put more pressure on me? In the next parliament, I will not be here. My constituent is there. He's listening. He will not go to the constituency and say, I'm working for NATCA. He's the director at NATCA. He will say, the honorable, my MP is not doing anything. So please, Mr. DG, call your partners and all other stakeholders in the telecommunications, the society. Call them, do engagement. You can even use them. But you know, the issue, we don't know the economic hardship in the country at this moment. Or do we want to get massive failure in public examinations next year? Is that what we are saying? That by itself will undermine the flagship program of this government. Let me tell you, DG. That by itself. And by that, the next moment you will not be there. In as much as I will not be here, when the people shall have voted me out, you will not be there too. That's just the fact. So this is the, you know, these are business people. DG. You are a technocrat, we are politicians. The game we want to see is the happiness of our people. All we want to hear at this moment is to revert and let them improve on this. There are other options in this multiple in, multiple out technique they are using. They know that. You are also a technocrat, you know. Go back and review. Look at possible options. But for this one at this moment is unacceptable. Let us stop playing around the bush and then beating time here. Some of us are traveling. Some of us are going to the masjid. Let us don't waste time here. Yeah? At this moment, please, the only answer is, if you did not increase at all, go back and reverse it. Look for a possible platform. Yeah? You can decongest the network. Or at this one you have adopted now, Mr. DG, is unacceptable. Because it doesn't have the blessing of this parliament.
That's the ruling.
I am not sure we need to please, Mr. Leader. Yes. So let me hear from the chairman, please.
We are backing the chairman's ruling on this as members of parliament for two reasons. One, from all your explanations, you really let us understand that the people that are being targeted in this 1 BPS for 60,000 are actually the low-income people we represent. And these are the people who when we call them, they dance with their hats in the street of Freetown. These are the people that act well. When I say Freetown, it means the entire country. And it also means what is making our job easy these days is the fact that we can easily send what we do as members of parliament online and people can see what we do. We have a small number of people actually coming to this parliament a year, but they see everything we do through the internet. So it means we must try to protect them. My problem is basic. The communication that was done, and therefore we owe it. The network is still struggling, so we owe it to our people. So we are saying, since it's not an increment, because that's what we're afraid of, nothing has been increased as far as the MNOs are concerned. We're just asking, let's go back to where we are and ensure whatever communication we can do within the possible period that will be given. And then we can, the DJ has said, you can meet again and you inform the people better. But anything that moves from this parliament today, and we say, okay, we now understand as members of parliament, you can go in, our people see us as we've betrayed their confidence. So we are asking Mr. Chairman, the DJ, at least for the basic time we have, that we are all here, that we go back to where we are. Since there is no increment and there will be no loss on the side of the MNOs. That's what it made us understand.
Mr. Chairman,
Hold on. After the chairman,
Thank you very much. I'm not going to say something now. I just want Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, honorable members, Mr. Chairman, we do want to let us don't limit this meeting to just few people. Let's allow to contribute to these meetings as much as we have time. No, but let's allow them to have their light on this one, and also let's allow the ministry to say something, because these are the parents. The ministry have not said something. Just let them say something.
yes. Can you give them two regions? Even Q7.
Honorable members, we cannot determine who speaks here at this point, but
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And for me, when Africell representative was speaking, I was forced to go through your system that I normally do to buy data for weekly basis. And 2 minutes, okay. You say you did not increase, but I used to buy for 7 days, I used to buy 60 euros. For now, if I want to have internet for 7 days, I buy it at 100 euros. What's the gymnastic there?
1 Mbps,
yeah.
We give you now 2 Mbps, which would have ordinarily been 150.
What we have done here is, again, like I mentioned, we have removed one component that is creating issues for the network, so we can give you the speed. Okay, so let me just please, sir. We moved, ordinarily we were 60 leos for 1 Mbps. Ordinarily we were 60 leos for 1 Mbps. Today, you will get 2 Mbps for 100 leos. If we were to increase,
Hold on, yeah. I have ruled on this matter at the moment. Let's hear from the ministry and the civil society. The ministry. Who is representing the ministry here? Okay, you are representing the ministry. Honorable members, hey, honorable members. Let's pay attention, please. The line ministry.
Yes, thank you very much, honorable members. So basically, there are just few points that I want to highlight. And one is that really, as we are progressing in our digital journey, 1 BPS package is something that countries are now phasing out. because the ITU that sets global standards, actually defined broadband to start at 10 Mbps. However,
at a cheaper rate.
Hold
on, at a cheaper rate.
No, they don't put cost to it.
No, that's what we are saying. No, the reason we hold on.
They said the
hold on, please. Hold on. I hope you are not going to be the goalkeeper here.
But we need to run some.
No, I hope otherwise we will not take on you. Please, don't be general public. Don't let us look bad in the eyes of the public. You are representing the ministry. Please. I am not sure the ministry can defend them.
Yeah.
We did not even allow the DG who's regulating that. If I hold on, give the mic to
Thank you very much. The leadership of the committee, 2 committees, members of parliament. I want to believe that this particular parliament is the people-centered parliament. And for us, from the civil society angle, we love our hearts to you for being the people-centered parliamentarians. Now back to the issues. I will not go back to where we have, come from, because you've said it all, that they should revert back to the old price. I just want to make an addendum that these 2 committees set up a task force comprising of the regulator, that is NATCA, the MNOs, the ISPs, and that of the civil society. Engineers from the authority should also be part of that task force, because they are now telling us that they have not increased the cost for data. But for many of us here and out there knows that the price has increased to a particular percentage. So what we are saying is this. To give you an insight, I was in McKinney yesterday, day before yesterday, and I subscribed to the 60 Leos. The 60 Leos, they did not allow me to have access. I had to go to the 100 Leos. And the 100 Leos, even though I was in McKinney talking to another person in McKinney, the clarity was not there. So for me and for many others, this network they have been talking about, congestion, this, that, they should have forecasted their customer base, that this particular platform or this particular promotion we are coming with will not be able to accommodate a customer base. So, like the leader was saying, why didn't they expand on the bandwidth before ever coming with those ones? So they did not focus, and therefore the failure should not be our own liability. The liability should go back to them. And I want to thank you, like I did say initially, that you have been a people-centered parliament committee, and therefore we love our hearts to you, and we thank the entire leadership of the Parliament of Sierra Leone. So going forward, I think they will have to borrow from the leaf from where we are, and at the same time, they should not take the people for granted, and they should not use us as they have been using us, because that has been excuse that we want to increase since 2017. We want to increase, we want to improve on the network, and the network has been the same, no changes so far. So for us, they have been exploiting us, and it is an injustice on our part, and we cannot settle for that. And thankfully, our parliamentarians are fighting for us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. DG, head of MNOs, we want to thank you for your investment. You said you invested. What is the thank you? But we also want you to continue to invest. Because the more you invest, the more you make things easy for us and for the people of this country. Honorable members, please, when you invest, you allow things to go easy for us. But again, whatever the case might have happened in the process, whether it could have been increment, it is important for the people. Go back to where it was and see how you could manage the affairs of the people. These are customers. First and foremost, we have issues that have to do with the quality of service. That hasn't completed yet. We know we still have challenges in the process, but also we want to assure the people of this country that you are there for them and you're not here to go, you're here to stay. So by so doing, you provide better quality for them. Also, you make things affordable for them. Whatever the case, go back with NATCA, see how you can coordinate and see if they can go back to where they were, so that the people of this country can be satisfied with this service. Otherwise, we here as members of parliament will continue to monitor the process. Thank you very much.
Thank you. In the circumstance, Mr. Chairman, we are not going to leave it open-ended. We are giving you 24 hours. You did it in 24 hours, less than 24 hours. This parliament is giving you 24 hours to revert. And I want to commend 𝐏𝐀𝐑𝐋 for your service to this nation, for your fair treatment to this, because we have not had any complaint from the general public at this moment. And for Africell and Orange, please, if they fail to revert, and then I am sure that will be contempt, and then we levy heavy fine on them. Yeah. Please, civil society, especially the Native Consortium, kindly go easy on them at the moment. Please, because they are providing service. They are investors, they are business people, they are investing their money. Yeah? Even though to a certain extent they are cheating the public, but please go easy at this moment and let's give them a grace period of 3 months and see how their service, yes, a grace period. Let's see how the quality of service they will have to provide, and then you will take your ammonia. In the circumstance, this meeting, this summon is adjourned maybe to a later date that will be communicated to you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
That's the Chairman.